Hello everyone, I'm back. I know we've been waiting for a long time for this moment, but I'm back. And today we're gonna continue our white dragon modeling. And I have already done the head dragon, and I'm gonna show you right now. Just let me minimize my camera. Alright, now you can see the results for a while. For now, this is the results. And I use some alpha brush that I have made by I make my own brush to make these scales, to make these horns. And if you want to know how I create my own alpha brushes, leave the comment saying leave the comment saying below. I want to know how you made these cool brushes. I want to know how you made these very cool brushes. And I'm gonna make a video teaching you how to create your own alpha brush. And in this video, I will probably be uh, I will be brief in this video. I will be brief in this video because this process is a very repetitive process and it's a very time consuming process, but it's not too hard to understand. It's not too hard to understand how this process works. Let me put my camera view a little more. What happened? Here, okay. And I think you can see my brushes as now. Okay. This is a very nice result, and as you can see here on the bottom, I make my own brushes. All these brushes here on the bottom, I made it one by one using alphas, and this big scales here and the horns I specifically uh, meshes. I use the meshes in the blender. I create the meshes. I create these shapes, and I create the alphas in the blender. And if you want to know how I made it, just let me know, and I make one video. I want to make one video teaching you how you can do this by yourself. But always we use the alpha brushes. After you use the alphas, you need to add a little details because we lost some details. Alpha brushes never works perfectly. You need to you need to add some details again. That's a very common, happens all the time, but it's like this way here. Let just me fix it here. I think it's very weird. It's too point too sharp. I don't need too sharp here too. It's too much. Okay, for this small scales here, I create on specifically alpha. This is group scales here, and I just need to select this brush and click and grab. Click and grab. It's just it. It's a very simple. And sometimes I need to put just one just one scale here, so I really have a single scale brush, And let me see how can I explain to you. It's too much things that I want to say to you, so I don't want to forget anything to know to you. Well, once you have the alpha brushes ready, as I am here, then you simply apply them to the mesh like I do now. You just need to select and grab. It's a very simple way. And the mesh need to have a very good density to work well. These brushes work well. And the file may be a little bit large and requiring significant processing power from the U computer. So you need to be prepared for this, because let me see, this mesh here, we have a million point one vertices. And the head we have here in the head we have a million and point three vertices too. So when we finish the model, we probably will be probably have more than 10 million polygons. And probably your this file will be very large file. And my PC probably gonna blow it up. But there's not a problem, because when you finish, for example, here in this head, I I don't think it should change anything. I think that's okay. So I'm finishing this head. I don't want you to change anything. So I can't go in here in the object mode, and I can decimate, generate a decimate modifier. Where's here decimate, and I select 0.5, 0.5, and then Blender will be recalculate the mesh and get this vertices and divide it by half. So this 1.3 million is gonna be 65,000, like this, 16,000, no, 1600, 16,000, 100, I don't remember, 6,700 million polygons. 16, no, 67, I don't know how to say it. You can see here. That's not a problem. That's not a real problem. So yeah, as you can see, we don't lost any details. There are details still here, and you just need to apply. But I don't want to do this for now. I don't need to do this for now, because we have just 3.5 million polygons for yet, and we don't need to do this for now. But sometimes, in we will need eventually we will need to do this. So let's come back to sculpt mode, and let's gonna use our brushes. We have the chest scales here, and I just need to select and grab. And is specifically this alpha brush make this problem here, and all times I need to fix it. I don't want to the scales be too far between one another. And I come to here, as I see you before. When you use alpha brush, sometimes you need to fix some problems. That's very common. And it's not a real problem. You just need to come here and smooth the transitions. It's not a real problem, but you need to do this. You need to do this all the time. All the time. As you know, I say it to you before. When you try to do process like this, you need to be very patient, because it's spend a little time to make it here. I don't want it's too big scale. Forget to change the strength. Probably need to put a strength down a little. I'm smoothing the corner, and you can use this flatten brush. Flatten brush. It's a funny word, flatten. It's the flatten brush. Okay. Just to make to take off this noise edge, because this noise edge, when you try to print something like that, you can get a little problems. It's not a rule, but sometimes it's happening. It depends to your 3D printer. That's new 3D printers. It's like a 4K, 3D, 8K, or 12K quality printer. You probably don't have this problem, but in others, maybe you have these problems. Let's come back to the alpha brush. Select his scale chest. In Portuguese, you can read escamas do peito, escamas, scale, escamas, chest, peito. Então, escamas do peito. Let's reduce the strength to the 0.3. Okay, and let's see how it works. A little more. 0.4 maybe works well. Okay, and that's nice. It's not too much and not too less. It's not too far away. I'm trying to follow the chest movement. I think it's too big one. It's too big scale. Okay. 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 Because this chest scales is gonna make the path going to the tail. Okay, very nice. Let me see my all model. Yes, I can see all these scales. I have my tail separated yet because I want to use the symmetry here. This horn and this fan here. It's not a fan. It's like I don't remember. Let me see. Let me remember how to say it. I think it's a fin. Yes, a fin. It's like a fin here, up in the top. I can't use symmetry here because the chest mesh it didn't symmetrical way. I have changed a lot of position here, so I can use the symmetry. When I use the symmetry, this horn didn't stay in the right place, so I need to make it manually. But here in the tail, I can't. I will gonna use it because this is perfectly symmetric, and it's gonna work well. Sometimes Blender crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Save my file because sometimes I work for a long time and I forget to save my file, and the Blender's crash, and oh my god, I have to make all the things again. Okay, I have this chest scales already done, and for the junction of this chest scale, for the rope of scale, I use a third alpha brush to make this transition. I need to add a little more strength. This is a very noisy, as you can see, it's too much noise. So I apply the brush and I use the smooth, just clicking with just make some clicks with my pen, because this alpha specifically I find it in the internet, online, and Pinterest. But when you find this alphas in the Pinterest, if you try to use it like a PNG file or JPG file, it didn't work very well because the Blender need to to need to specifically image in the grayscale in the in and this grayscale, it can't be read very well for Blender when you use a PNG file or JPG JPG file. So if you want to use a very nice detailed alpha brush, you need to create your own alpha directly in the Blender, like this. This way it's a very easy to do because you just need to click and grab, and the scales are done. It's a very easy way. I think the strength are too much. Let me use the Ctrl Z. Let me just 0.7, 0.7, and I need to use to change here to the view, add to the scene. Now my brush will be zoomed with my viewport, so I didn't lost my brush size. Here in the top, the scales are bigger. as you can see here, we have a too much noisy edges here, but this miniature it didn't be a very big miniature, so there's no problem. When you're gonna print, that's nice didn't appear. But if you want to fix it, you just need to come here and smooth a little, but you need a little more density to make it. So let's take the single scale and add the single scale between the scale groups to close the holes between the scales. Okay, and I just need to finish it using the alpha brush. Here in the top of the back I use just one scale, but a big one scale. I just take this sharpened point here and fix it. Like this, come here, and I'm back to the general brush and push it up. And I use the crease brush to make this sharpened edge. Smoothen the edges. I use again the crease brush. You will need to fix the problems when you use the alpha brush, unless you have a very powerful PC. I don't have a very powerful PC to use a high quality density mesh. If I add too much density in my project, we will have a lot of problems with my PC. My PC can't read very large files. It's probably that file is probably crash. And my PC is gonna be too slow. That's why I'm doing this. I want this my dream. It's working with it, just with it. I love so much to make it, to make my models, but it's not my main job. And one day maybe one day I will work just making my models, but not today. I need to work in another jobs, and I can't buy a very powerful PC now, but I'm working to get a better PC. But my PC is not too bad. It works very well. But if I want to have a very nice studio, a very nice and big studio. I need to I need more people to work with me. I need more people to work with me because it's just me here in Nintendo Arc Studio. I don't have anyone more. It's just me, and I make all this model by myself. Don't have anyone to help me because I can't pay for another people, another person. I don't have to pay nobody for now. Okay, we just need to fill this part with the alpha brush, and let's take the where's it here. Just need to fill. Okay, it works very well. And I take just the single scale to add in the empty spaces to fill the holes. I just made one side of the body and I already have the other side to make it. Oh my god. Oh my god. But it's no problem. As I said to you before, this is a very time consuming process and we need to be patient. So I think you can understand how the process works. And we have already a half hour in this video, but I can't show you. Let me add Ctrl Z. Let's go to the object mode and add light area, and let's gonna build this area because I need to see my model by the bottom. Okay, let's put blue light. That's right, a blue light here. And Shift G. Now I can see better. I'll probably change this arm, that's arms here, here and the leg. I'll probably change the arm position. That's a very weird position. I'll probably fix it to put more close to the body. It's not nice. It's like a broken arm. Huh? I don't like it. I use dog position reference. Let me show you. Let me open my references here and let me add here. Okay, now you can see my reference. I already use this position here, but it's not a cool position. It's a very weird position, but it's a very aggressive attack position. But I think I'm gonna use bend arm like that, one arm in the floor, in the ground, and other like the dragons are walking away or positioning to attack, and probably works. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I think the dragon will be a very nice dragon. When I finish it, I'm gonna make all render, and I don't know if I change the base to put some rocks and something like that. I don't like to use uh, a very detailed base because I use this model in my RPG tabletop game, and when you use this miniature in your tabletop, you need a very simple base because sometimes that let me make let me say to you one example. You have a dragon up to let me try let me read it. Just a little moment, please. Well, let me try to explain to you what I want to say when I say the and I prefer use the simple base because I use my miniatures, all my miniatures in my tabletop games. And if you have a miniature, a dragon miniature on top of the tower, on top of the castle, for example, and you want to use it in a RPG tabletop game, but your heroes are in the dungeon, and it doesn't make much sense to have a miniature of dragon on top of the castle, on top of the tower, because your heroes are into the dungeon. So there's not in an open area. So that's why I use the simple base in all my models. I have some models with a very detailed base, but it's not too usually for me because my models, my miniatures, I made to you use and for me to use in my tabletop games or in your tabletop games. And so if you want to print some of my models, you can use in all your games. But if you want just to make your models to put in your desk or input in your room, like a action figure, for example. So action figure, I think you need to have a very detailed base like a diorama or something like that. But if you want to use this miniature for your tabletop game, it didn't work very well. I don't like it. Of course, if you want to use the dragon on the top of the castle in your tabletop games, even your heroes are into the in a dungeon, for example, there's no problem. But I like to have some realistic miniatures and usual miniatures in my tabletop games. That's why I use just the simple bases. This it's better. I think it's better. Okay, so thank you so much for stay with me for this half an hour. And in the next video, I probably finish the body, and I'm gonna start to make the details of the arms and the legs. And in the end of this video series, I'm gonna make the wings. In the wings, you're gonna spend a little time to create it because I never created wings yet, and I need try to try some techniques. And you can see how I do this, how I try to do this. I don't know if it's gonna be work, but I have hope that process is gonna be a very nice process. So thank you so much, and follow me and share my videos with your friends. If you want to download one of my models, you can find these models in the mymanufacturer.com, in my profile in mymanufacturer.com and coach.com. and these links are in the description below. You can find these links, and you can find too my Instagram profile, and yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, and I waiting for you in the next video. Thank you so much, and bye bye. Let's try to finish my first dragon, and I forget how to say it, and I chose the white dragon because for me it's the best dragon ever. I have to face some white dragons during my games, during my tabletop games, and very difficult battles because these white dragons are very angry, very aggressive dragons. So, okay, thank you so much, and see you later.